Spectroscopic readings indicate that the atmosphere is a perfect chemical equilibrium, predominantly carbon dioxide with traces of methane and ammonia.
Now, what gives the atmosphere that sickly yellow color?
Iron oxides from the rusting cities.
And the sensors show no life form whatsoever?
Nothing. Not even the presence of simple amino acids in the oceans. The last reconnaissance was right. It's a dead world.
There was a name for this one in one of the old languages, wasn't there, Professor?
Yes. It's Earth. They called it Earth.
Not much left after 1,000 years, is there? Donald, Earth was stripped of artifacts long ago. What are you looking for?
Oh, I don't know. Feeling. Sense of place. What it must have been like to live here when the skies were blue and the oceans green with plankton. Too many historians never get to see the things they write about. Thank you, Jacinda, for getting me on this mission. A very kind gesture for an old academic.
Not that kind. And not that old. Good luck, Donald, because in 4 days, I'm going to have to give word for the mining vessels to move in and extract whatever is salvageable. And when they do, there'll be precious little left of your Earth.
Blitzer, did you hear that?
Hear what? You got a problem, Professor?
No problem. I'll see you back at the ship in about 3 hours. No doubt.
To remember us, Professor.
Donald, you're up late.
So are you.
There's lots of data to log. There's still a treasure trove of minerals on this planet. The inhabitants pretty well bled it dry of all the fossil fuels. There's a wealth of basalt, iron, uranium.
You know, it was really quite a beautiful planet. An amazing variety of flora. Climates ranging from the temperate to the tropical, from the Arctic to desert. This is where it all began, Jacinta. This is where we began.
How did it happen, Donald? How did the planet end up like this?
Greed, stupidity, the usual catalog of sins. They used refrigerants that slowly ate away the ozone layer. They burned the tropical rainforests to make way for farmland, using the ashes for fertilizer, and entire species simply vanished forever from the earth. By the time they poisoned the whole biosphere, they had the technology to leave it behind. So they fled into space and cast the earth aside like a half-eaten apple.
And with humanity gone, the biological chain just collapsed.
You know the irony of it? The Earth today is almost exactly as it was millennia ago, before the very first rainfall. And for millions of years there had been no rain. Then when the Earth cooled enough, rain fell, delivering nutrients to the oceans, and life emerged. And here we are. Here we are. Returned to commit the final indignity on the planet that nurtured us. Here to put the knife to her one last time.
Our ancestors killed this world, not us. The law prohibits us from mining any living world, only dead ones. Like it or not, Donald, Earth is a dead world now. And there's nothing we can do about that. Except, I suppose, be grateful that we finally learned our lesson.
Do you remember us now, Professor? You won't be needing your helmet anymore, Professor. The air is breathable. We sort of used a part of our etheric energy to change the molecular structure of the gas.
We've been waiting so long. Why did you leave us?
Are you back to stay? All of you?
Where are the others? Will they follow in more ships? Yes, where are they? When are they coming?
My God. All of you. You're...
The ones you left behind. All the souls that ever were. All the ones that stood and watched as your ships vanished forever from our sight. All of us that couldn't follow.
We never knew. We never knew that you even existed.
Didn't you? Didn't a part of you always know?
Why is it so important to you to follow us?
You're our children, our future, our immortality. Since time began, we've walked among you, sharing in your triumphs, your despair. But Now there's nothing. No children, no future. Just a ruined playground you left behind.
It doesn't have to be this way. You can follow us, our ship.
Your ships warp space in ways we can't. Those of us who have tried have come back disfigured or insane. It's a large universe, Professor. And not nearly as benign as you living like to think it is.
Well, then, what can I do?
Put your helmet back on. I know why you're here. Not you personally, but your ship, your crew. We're shadows. We're helpless to stop them, but you have to do something. You have to explain to them that this planet still contains life of a sort, that this Earth, ruined and gutted as it is, it's all we have left. Please, don't let them take it away from us.
Donald, you can't be serious. Do you know what Archer and Bledsoe would say if they could hear you?
All I'm asking is for you to keep an open mind. Now, give me a chance and I'll prove it to you.
Prove to me that Earth is some sort of haunted planet? How?
Jacinda, you were always my best pupil. Let me teach you one last thing. Hello? I've brought someone. Someone who can help. Please. Let us see you. Please. It's all right. She has to see you. She has to know.
Donald.
For God's sake, she can help. Why are you doing this? Please. Let us see you.
Donald, that's enough. Don't.
Damn you! Show yourself!
Donald! It's my fault. I knew what this planet meant to you. I shouldn't have invited you along to watch it be. Why don't I just forget we ever came here, all right?
What are you doing?
What are we doing? What were you doing?
Oh, Donald, how could you do this to us? To all of us?
I swear. The last thing I remember was being asleep in my cabin. It was them. Don't you see it? It wasn't me, it was them.
He's crazy. I told
Mr. Bledsoe, kindly shut up.
Mr. Archer, please assess the damage to the sensor web and then raise Central on subspace. Tell them we'll be returning Dr. Knowles to Outpost 12. Medical emergency. We'll also be staying over for repairs and then we'll be back to finish our assignment.
You cowards! You liars! Show yourselves! I dare you to show yourself to me!
Back to your ship, Professor. You might as well.
Because if I don't, you'll just take over my body and make me go, won't you?
That's right.
You wanted me to make a fool of myself. You wanted me to be shipped back to civilization. And you'd come with me, wouldn't you?
Please understand, Professor, there's no other way. We can't travel through warp space in this form, but in yours, that's a different matter. You can serve as a beacon to the others, showing them the way.
And me? What happens to me, my body, when you're done with it?
I'm not sure. I have to merge myself fully with your body in order to weather the journey. I'll try to leave it once we get there, but...
You don't know if you can.
Please try to understand. All we want is to reclaim our future.
Your future? You don't deserve a future. Any of you. We may have fled the Earth once it became uninhabitable. But you were the ones who made it that way. You could have saved it. You could have done something, every one of you. But you didn't. Did you? How many of you thought you'd be on one of those spaceships fleeing the dying Earth? How many of you thought you'd escaped, but died before you could?
What you say may be true, but it's over and done with long ago. There's nothing we can do about it now.
Isn't there? You changed the air in this building from methane to oxygen, from poisonous to breathable.
That's a different matter. This is a small, controllable environment. We're talking about a planetary scale. And even if we could, we might lose our consciousness, our awareness.
Like you propose to do to me. Cowards. You're still the same cowards who let this planet die, aren't you? Go ahead. Take my body, my life. Save yourselves. At least, I'll know that when my time comes, I can die with a hell of a lot more courage and dignity than you. Come in.
We're about to lift off. I told Central that you requested medical leave. Stress reaction to space travel. It's not uncommon. The damage to the sensor web was minimal. I didn't log your actions yesterday.
I appreciate that.
You're looking better. Rested.
Yes, you might say that I'm expecting to be a new man once we leave the planet. Jacinda, If I should not see you again after this, I just want you to know that I'm grateful for the chance you gave me and for your friendship and for...
What's that?
I don't know. It sounded like thunder.
Well, it's impossible. The atmosphere is at equilibrium. There can't be any.
It's raining.
It can't be. What the hell is going on? Is that really rain?
Not just water either, but amino acids, nutrients raining into the ocean.
Good God, I'm getting life form readings in the oceans.
Well, that's impossible. It takes thousands of years for even the simplest life form to develop.
It's as if something is accelerating evolution somehow. I don't know how, but...
This can't be right. I mean, the sensors must be out of alignment after yesterday's damage.
Oh my God, he's right. The ocean's suddenly swarming with cyanobacteria.
Cyano what?
Cyanobacteria was the first complex organism to evolve on the Earth. And it led the way for all life forms to come, including us. Does this mean what I think it means?
What it means is we're out of a job.
I don't know if you can hear me anymore. Maybe you can't. But we'll be back. I promise. Someday we'll be back.
Hello, Marie. Thank you, Marie.
Bon appetit.
Found this in my office on the floor. I think you dropped it. Ira, I've seen you staring at that picture before, mooning over it. Look, I know it's none of my business, and I shouldn't pry, but are you and Valerie having, problems?
Marvin, what are you talking about?
She isn't a client, is she?
A client?
Ira, is there something going on
With her? Can you believe it? He wanted to know if I was having an affair with the girl in the picture.
And what did you say?
What do you think I said? I said, Marvin, you yut, that's my wife.
You didn't even recognize me?
Well, come on, sweetheart. I mean, you were just a girl back then.
Oh, I see. In other words, now I look so much older.
No, you're more mature now. Then you were flighty, you were silly, you were cute.
What am I now? Quasimodo? See, that's That's why you're always mooning over that picture.
Of course not, sweetheart. That's not what I meant at all. It's just, I don't know, back then, things were different. I was different. You were different.
We were kids. Would you really still rather be driving around in that stupid old van of yours, searching for ourselves, finding who knows what kind of body lice?
Don't tell me you don't miss those days. You said so yourself. I couldn't get enough of you in those days. I was insatiable.
Well, it certainly wasn't my sense of style that attracted you. I looked like a bag lady. But if you want to see cute...
Listen, Val, I really don't want to see another picture of your damn dog.
Not the dog, Ira. You were adorable. I'd really like to see you going into court looking like that.
Why can't we be more like we were back then?
It's late. I gotta get up early.
Hey. I am still insatiable, you know.
So take an appetite suppressant or something. I'm going to sleep.
We've never denied that Cal Methyl dumped the stuff there. We're simply saying that since it was all done over 30 years ago, that their culpability must be viewed in an historical fashion.
That is the most self-serving argument I've ever heard in my life.
In 1958, the prevailing opinion about a corporation's responsibility to the environment was vastly different. Cal Methyl will clean up the site, and that'll be that. Besides, no one's health was impaired.
Marvin, how do you sleep at night? Mothers give birth to deformed babies because of our climate.
How can anyone doubt the public-mindedness of a corporation that sponsors 2 symphonies and 3 TV documentaries a year, all on endangered species?
We're not a PR firm, for God's sake.
Come on, man. The argument is not without precedent. You know it. It's exactly the same position that Ogilvy, Melnick, Blinkman, and Schramm used in the New Hampshire versus Faraday case, which, as you very well know, the smart one says is going to be upheld.
Marvin, pull over. Stop the car. Stop the car, Marvin, right now!
But Ira, the reservation's for 12:30.
Can't help it, Marvin. I'll see you back at the office.
I'm probably waiting there already.
What is this, some kind of a joke?
I knew it. I knew you'd freak when you saw me.
What'd you do to your hair? You're supposed to be at work now?
Cool out, Ira. Don't you like what you see?
Val, this isn't funny.
It isn't supposed to be. Come on, Ira, relax. You've been wanting me this way for a long time now, haven't you?
Yeah, but
Then quit fighting me.
A joke is a joke, Val.
Call
this is ridiculous.
her. Call her.
How did you do this? You look so young.
Call her.
Hello, aerobics. Can I help you?
Yeah, Annie?
Ira?
Yeah, it's Ira, right. Valerie's not there, is she?
Yeah, of course she is.
She is?
I told you.
Yeah, you want to talk to her?
Yeah.
I'll put her on.
Hello?
Valerie?
Ira?
What's wrong, hon? You sound...
Wrong? No, nothing's wrong. I won't be home for dinner.
You have a late appointment.
I have a late appointment.
Oh. Okay. Ira?
Yeah, Val, listen, I'll get something to eat somewhere. Love is all I need. Listen, Val, I'll get something at the deli, okay?
Ira, are you sure you're all right? You sound like you've had a stroke.
No, I'm fine. I'm real fine.
You were incredible.
The whole afternoon's ahead of us.
Val, I am totally wiped out. I'd have to be hospitalized by nightfall. This day, it's real. You are real.
And I'll be here for you whenever you want me.
But how did you? Where did you?
I'm the girl you married, Ira. The one you dream about. Hey, don't ask so many questions, Ira. You can blow a good thing that way. Don't you get it? You've been thinking so much about the way it used to be that what you want so bad has become real. That's me. The Valerie that you remember. The one you hoped would never change. And I haven't.
I wish I could say the same.
Tell me about it. What's with the suits?
That is my court costume.
You did it. You're a public defender like you are.
Corporate counsel.
Bummer.
Well, my life's not so bad.
Then why are you so sad? You never used to be a sad person, Ira. What happened?
Valerie, yippies turned into yuppies. Jerry Rubin runs a business networking salon, whatever the hell that might be, and that is what happened. Okay, I know how that must sound, and you're right. There's much more to it than that. I'm just being facile. I'm oversimplifying. I mean, it's a whole evolution of the social infrastructure we're talking here. So much more gradual, much more complex. Jeez, Val, you gotta understand. You must. You were there. We were gonna change the world, remember? Somewhere along the line, I don't know, we lost each other somehow. Est and the me decade, leveraged buyouts, tanning parlors, aerobicizing. Seems like nobody cares about anybody anymore, except himself. Our focus just narrowed.
Then we need to expand it. Let's do some window pane and watch the walls melt.
Valerie, if I went anywhere near LSD, we could watch my brains melt right out my ears. Sweetheart, nobody does that anymore. Wake up, smell the 80s.
Jeez, Ira, you are a stone drag.
Where you going? You just got here.
You know, man, we used to laugh at people like you.
Valerie?
I'm in here.
Who's laughing in here?
The TV, Ira. I turned it off when I heard you come in. There's nobody here but me and Herman Hesse.
Sid Harton, huh? Wow. You know, there was a time that I thought the whole damn key to existence was contained in this book. You were reading with the TV on?
Yeah, I just got an urge. It's something you said last night.
Don't stop on my account.
I was just about ready to go to bed anyway.
You go on. I'll be up in a while. I have some transcripts to proof.
I called your office today. The receptionist said you never came back from lunch.
Yeah. There was a meeting at Cal Methyl on short notice. Took all day.
Okay, Ira. How could you all let it happen?
It wasn't exactly a conscious choice we made.
I mean, how could anybody who cared about money as little as you did suddenly need to have it so fast and so often that you have to have it from a little machine on the street?
I guess I figured if I couldn't change the world, I'd settle for a little corner of it. Mine. Ours. Make it safe and secure, and that takes money.
And have you done that?
I'm a sellout. Is that what you're saying?
Oh, it's not that, babe. It's just, well, are you happy?
Yes, I am happy. I don't know. Most of the time I am. Something is missing.
Sure there is. Me. Come on, honey, you've got to tell her.
What about
I've been a memory too long. It's her turn now.
I had a great time. I felt like a kid for a while, but I cannot do this to her. This is my wife we're talking about.
Ira, who am I?
Oh, God. Valerie?
Ira.
What in the hell is going on here?
Ira, wait a minute. It's not what you think.
What the hell it is, and how could you do this to me?
Hey, wait a minute. Who's that?
Forget about her. Who is that? I want to introduce myself before I kill him.
Oh, my God. Ira. It's me. So you've been doing it, too.
What do you mean, too? Come on, everybody. Let's not get uptight.
You know, you're beginning to sound like something out of a rerun of the Mod Squad.
If there was ever a reason to get uptight, my friend, this has got to be it. What is going on here?
I don't know, but I guess two can be nostalgic as easily as one.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. This guy is not taking my place.
But, Ira, what about me? What about us?
Forget it. I must have been crazy to even consider it. I want the two of you out of here right now. Why? I haven't wasted my life. I deserve to be here. So does she.
Yeah, man, we've got a handle on all this stuff that counts. The dreams, the ideals, the love.
What are you talking about? You are 18 years old. You don't know squat about life or love. Real love is commitment. What am I saying?
But you're right. You're absolutely right. Ira, we almost made a stupid mistake. Say, we nearly lost each other because these two...
Where'd they go?
Who cares? They were beginning to annoy me anyway.
They? You mean we?
Were we really like that? All that arrogance, that naivete, that pomposity.
Idealism, the passion, the fire.
Well, what if they're right, Ira? What if we really wasted our lives?
You know, I wasn't aware of the fact that our lives were over. I mean, just don't suddenly lose your social conscience because you cut your hair, you know. Come here, will you? Come here. You know that world out there that you wanted to change? It's still out there. It's just that our focus narrowed, that's all.
Then we need to expand it.
What do you want to do? You want to drop a little acid and watch the walls melt?
No. No, I want my life to be about something more than watching my weight and thinking about how it used to be.
Why don't you make it that?
And how about you putting in some hours at that legal aid clinic that's always after you?
Maybe I will.
And maybe we could have a baby. As long as you're still insatiable.
I think I will be.
It has been said the 80s are just the 60s 20 years later. The costumes may change, but the cast remains. The arrogant, the radical, the naive and the cynical, the misplaced and the spaced. Each a stage in the growth of a generation as it treads the tail end of the 20th century.
Crazy. That's what he is. A loony. A nutcase. A genuine wacko.
Uncle Edgar is always looking for things. Things like 3 paper clips or a chrome coat hanger.
Or 1 patent leather tap shoe.
He rummages through trash cans. He goes to garbage dumps.
He's always bothering my other tenants. One day it's bicycle spokes. Then it's baseball cards. And who do the tenants complain to? Yours truly.
He won't let anybody into his apartment. Not even his own niece.
All that junk he's collecting, it's a fire trap.
He could hurt himself.
And other people. Namely, me.
He needs your help.
Yesterday, he wanted a yo-yo. By 6 o'clock. And last week, pieces of broken dolls. Heads, arms, legs.
Please do something, Doctor. Please, for his sake. And ours.
Of course.
His bell don't work.
Mrs. Milligan.
I think he's disconnected it. Down there, in the basement.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks anyway, Mr. Pilchick, but I already found a brass thimble. You're not Mr. Pilchick.
I'm Dr. Jeremy Sinclair. May I talk to you, Mr.
Some other
Witherspoon?
time, perhaps. I have to look for a doll's head.
One old man in a private world of irrational urgencies. For Dr. Jeremy St. Clair, an all too common sight. But Edgar Witherspoon is a most uncommon old man with a secret that reaches out to the 4 corners of the earth, as the good doctor is about to discover.
Your niece. She worries about you.
She's a very nice woman, so tell her not to worry. See, a simple solution. Thanks for coming. It's been a pleasure meeting you, but I have to get on with my work.
Your work?
I bet you'd like to know what it is, wouldn't you?
Yes.
Wrong answer. You see a doll's head here anywhere?
You mean like that?
Ah, too big. Also brunette. I need blonde. And I need it in 5 minutes.
And, what for?
You want Santa Barbara to fall into the ocean? Then stand aside, sir. Stand aside. Just in the nick of time. No time to lose.
Mr. Witherspoon.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't be rude. You've come all this way to see me.
May I come in?
And it was so nice, a pleasure meeting you. Tell my niece hello. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got to stop the shaking in Santa Barbara.
Mr. Witherspoon.
On your way out, could you dump this?
Good afternoon, Doctor. Did you see Uncle Edgar?
Yes, this morning.
Well?
I wouldn't exactly call it a long conversation.
But long enough to realize that he's...
Oh, absolutely. On the other hand, Mr. Witherspoon appears happy and quite harmless.
Harmless? He pesters strangers on the street. He runs after garbage trucks. That is far from harmless. Somebody saw him take a baby's bottle out of its carriage. I'm afraid he'll get arrested next time. Doctor, I will sign anything. Cooperate in any way I...
All right, maybe I'll have another chat with him, and a longer one, and see if I...
A small earthquake tremor was felt shortly before noon today.
The force was enough to rattle dishes and a few nerves, but no injuries
Did you hear
were
that?
reported.
What?
There was something about it. Sorry, it was nothing. I don't know what I was thinking. I'll call you as soon as I can.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Witherspoon?
Go away. I'm not home.
It's Dr. Sinclair. I was here last week, you remember?
Sorry, I wasn't home last week either.
Mr. Witherspoon, I could legally force you to open this door to me. Is that what you want?
You're a curious one.
Odd, you mean?
I mean nosy.
I'm paid to be nosy. Curious, I mean.
Really? Don't you think that's odd? Most people are curious for nothing. That's very nice for you. Are the hours good?
Mr. Witherspoon, why do you collect dolls' heads, shoes, paper clips?
I can't afford Rembrandts. What? Oh, no. Oh, no. As usual, it's been lovely. Please don't call again.
I may have to. And next time it might not be so lovely. You understand what I mean, Mr. Witherspoon, wouldn't you? Rather invite me in of your own free will.
You must. You must. Be very, very careful where you walk. That was a close shave.
This is very, interesting, Mr. Witherspoon. What is it?
This? This is the only thing that keeps the world from going poof.
Now, let me understand you clearly, Mr. Witherspoon. You say that this is what keeps the world from going poof?
And it's not easy. Most things are nearly impossible to find. Where would you look for a skate key?
Oh, I can't imagine.
I found one, though. You think that's crazy?
Well,
you wouldn't by any chance have a business card, would you?
Oh, yes, of course.
That was an easy one.
Well, I won't take up any more of your time. I've seen more than enough.
I used to be an engineer. Earned lots of money. Then I retired. Worst mistake I ever made. Life was so damned boring. And then the voice spoke to me.
Oh, you also hear voices?
You too?
Please, tell me about it.
I was sitting in the park one day feeding the pigeons, and suddenly, there it was, the voice. Edgar, it said, have you ever been to England?
Oh, yes, why?
No, that's what the voice asked me. Edgar, it said, in the heart of Big Ben, there is a pendulum that tells the clock how fast to tick. At the bottom of the pendulum, on top of the big weight, there's a stack of pennies. Every so often, they take one off. The clock speeds up. Or they put one on. The clock slows down. The pennies change the balance just a little, but enough to keep the whole mechanism running perfectly.
So, what you have here is some kind of clock.
Of course not. Why would I build a clock? $3, any drugstore. Doesn't lose 10 seconds in a year. Anyway, the voice said, Edgar, the world is a funny place. Little wars here, big wars there, volcanoes going off, storms, tornadoes, a terrific amount of noise and bother. You have to build something that will keep the world from going too far, maybe even going poof. What the pennies do for Big Ben, this does for the world.
Who do you think it is who's speaking to you?
Well, sometimes I think it's God. And then I think, no, God would have a deeper voice. Would you care for a prune, Doctor?
Oh, no, thank you. I was just leaving.
But you've just arrived. Oh, careful! I have no idea how the thing works. All I know is that the voice tells me what it needs, and I get it.
Goodbye, Mr. Witherspoon. You keep up the good work.
We could call it a sculpture. Would that make my niece happy? What? Oh, no. If you happen to run across an old tuba, would you bring it by? I need it in 2 hours. Cynthia, don't do this to me.
Uncle Edgar, please. It's just for 3 days while they observe you.
It's too long. It has to be maintained, kept in balance.
Mr. Witherspoon, you hear voices. That isn't normal. You must understand that.
You hear voices, too.
No, healthy people do not hear voices.
You hear mine, don't you?
That's not the same thing.
Why, what's the difference between a sane man hearing a crazy voice and a crazy man hearing a sane voice? Maybe the truth is somewhere in the middle. You don't understand the risk you're taking. I knew it. There goes Tatoa.
What's Tatoa?
A tiny island in the South Pacific. What time is it?
3:17.
At 3:17 in the afternoon, Tatoa became history because of you. Please, well, there's still time.
It'll take me days to clean up this junk.
Keep her away from it. Remember Tatoa.
Classic psychosis. Tired, feeling useless, he created typical delusion of grandeur that he was vital to the world's survival.
Poor Uncle Edgar. You will take good care of him, won't you?
Mideast stalemate continues. Congress passes Transportation Act. And in the South Pacific, the tiny island of Tatoa is destroyed by a tidal wave. Details on this and all the news in an hour.
Did he say Tatoa? Yes, the number for the Chronicle, please. Thank you. Hello, I want to check on a news story. I just heard something on the radio about a tidal wave destroying an island. Yes, that's it. Are there any details? Really? I don't know. When? This afternoon? I mean, exactly what time? Thank you. Miss Walker!
Yes, Doctor.
Tatoa was destroyed at 3:17 this afternoon.
Is that bad?
Last week, Santa Barbara was hit by an earthquake. I'm not taking any chances. Oh, my God. The landlady. She'll destroy it.
Santa Barbara?
Get Mr. Witherspoon released immediately. Drive him home. You personally, as fast as you can.
Don't touch the thing! You didn't, did you? You haven't touched anything or moved anything.
Not yet. Why?
Because this is the creation of a disordered mind. And by studying it, analyzing it just exactly as he left it, I can come to a deeper insight into Mr. Witherspoon's problem.
He's a loony. What else do you have to know?
No. It's not that simple.
I can't rent this place with garbage in it.
All right. I'll rent it.
You?
Yes. I'll give you double what you're getting. I'll be up later with a check.
Thank you.
Mrs. Milligan.
He's escaped.
Excuse me. Hello.
Mr. Witherspoon! Mr. Witherspoon!
Should I call the cops?
No. Everything's going to be fine. Mrs. Milligan.
You got a handkerchief?
Oh, yes. Yes, right away.
Thanks. That lady had me dressed so fast, I left mine behind.
Mr. Witherspoon, I don't know how to begin to apologize. Nothing in my training had prepared me for a case like yours.
Well, nice meeting you.
Where are you going?
Away. Finally, after 11 years.
But what about Puff?
The voice spoke to me while I was in your hospital. It said, "Edgar, have you ever been to Miami?" I said, "No, but I used to think it would be a nice place to retire." "Go for it," the voice said. "You're off duty."
You mean all this isn't necessary anymore?
Sure it is. It's absolutely essential. The world still has to be kept in balance.
So who's going to... I mean, look, it needs adjusting already. There, that's it. Now, if I can just get a ping pong ball in there by 7:13,
Well, I guess we solved that little problem. I'd get cracking if I was you.
Impossible. I refuse.
Jeremy, really, you'll grow to like it. Give it a chance. So long. Don't take any wooden nickels. Unless you really need them, of course.
Mr. Witherspoon! Find a tambourine.
If in the next few months you notice that there's been a spate of catastrophes or things are just not going right, remember that Edgar Witherspoon's replacement is learning how to make some precise adjustments. Don't worry, his education will not last long. And then you might give thanks to a physician whose practice extends to the well-being of the entire planet. Dr. Jeremy St. Clair offers a unique form of preventative medicine found only in the Twilight Zone.
Yes, I realize there are only 3 weeks left on the fundraising drive. That's why we've got to make as many contacts as we can. Uh-huh. Well, did you talk to him? Yeah? Jerry, everybody's tired. But we're too close to our goal to slow down now. Right. Yeah, I understand that, but... Well, look, all I ask is that you try, okay? All right, thanks. Bye.
There dwells within this parish a modern-day apostle and master builder who lists among his tools of trade a Bible, a rosary, and a calculator. His name, Father Mark Cassidy. Age, 42. A fair and noble man who's about to discover one of his accounts is still open. That account is labeled Guilt, and it's concealed in a ledger stored in the Twilight Zone.
Good morning to you, Father. Breakfast is up. The bacon's cooked and crisp the way you like it.
Well, I don't really have time for breakfast, Maggie. I've got a meeting with the Trust Fall Foundation people this morning. But I could sure use a cup of that coffee.
You look like you could use a bed.
Maggie, please. We need the Foundation's participation in this drive, and I promised the bishop I'd get it. Is that the biggest cup we have?
Why not hook up the coffee pot to an IV? Oh, Father, I know. What you do with your life is your business.
Thank you.
But what you're doing with it is not so good. I gotta go. You're working too hard on this hospital wing. You don't eat right. You need rest. Keep it up, and I'll bet you 2 bones and a cup of milk you'll be the first person needing a bed when it finally opens.
It's a children's wing, Maggie. They won't admit me.
And I think you're worse than a child when it comes to taking care of your health.
School bell rang, Billy. Well, at least go in out of breath to show you made an effort.
Thanks, Father.
Maggie, call 911.
Father Mark, what is it? Father Mark!
been an accident. Call for help. Call for...
I remember that children's wing when it was nothing more than a dream.
Monsignor Perot. It's good to see you, as always.
I look forward to these monthly visits. Gets me out of the city. It makes me feel vital. Oh, do you mind?
No, please. How's the bishop?
Delirious. We don't know what you said to the Trustwell Foundation yesterday, but they've been calling all morning, asking, no, demanding, to know what they can do to participate in the building of the hospital wing. Mark, I think we're going to reach our goals sooner than we think. Are you okay?
Oh, yes. I guess it's just the shock of all this coming to an end.
Well, maybe not too soon. Mrs. Dugan cornered me on the way in. She thinks you've been working too hard.
Perfectly all right. I work hard, sure, but so do you.
Oh, I know I do, but I also enjoy my time off. Mark, in the 20 years I've known you, I've yet to see you take a vacation.
There was just too much to be done around here.
I know. And if it wasn't for you, St. Timothy's would have closed its doors years ago. But you need a break, and I want you to take one.
Monsignor, with all due respect, I couldn't take a break right now even if I wanted to, not with us being so close.
But Mark...
I made a commitment to those children and their parents to build them this wing. They're counting on me. If I'm tired, that's a small price to pay for all the good that will come of it. Please, don't ask me to stop now. Not before we're finished. And Father Damien looked at the leper as though he were his brother. And he took the pipe from the leper's mouth and he put it in his own.
Oh, gross.
Well, it sounds awful, I know, but with that one selfless act, Father Damien gave the leper something very precious. He gave him dignity. Now, I'm not suggesting that you go out in the world and help lepers. There are countless other sacrifices you can make in your everyday life that will make you equally worthy in the eyes of the Lord.
Father Mark?
I'll be right back.
Wait! What's he running after?
Can't you see?
When Father Mark first came to me with the idea to raise money for the children's wing, my reaction was, we better get bigger collection plates. $2 million. I confess I had my doubts. But fortunately for all of us, he didn't. Father Mark, it is due to your undying faith and selfless devotion to the children of this community, to all of the people, that we finally reached our goal. The hospital wing will be built. And I'm happy to announce that from this day forward, it will be known as the Father Mark Cassidy Children's Wing.
This is a great honor. I guess I should be happy, but I don't know if I deserve this.
I know we all know this is an emotional time for all of us, so please, there's refreshments for everyone down in the church basement. These are lovely grounds. I'm surprised you don't make more use of them.
There's just no time.
For people whose business it is to preach eternity, it's ironic that we can't take a little moment to ourselves every now and then. Oh, these roses are special.
They were a favorite of a friend of mine.
You know, the bishop is singing praises about you. He thinks what you've accomplished here is nothing short of a miracle.
Well, please tell the bishop to reserve his praises for somebody more worthy than I.
There are very few.
Well, Senor, I am only a priest.
No, you're a good priest, and God won't think any the less of you if you pat yourself on the back every now and then.
I'm not so sure about that.
Well, that's a matter for debate, and one that you'll now have plenty of time to reflect on.
No, there's still too much to be done around here.
Mark, this is not a request. The bishop has ordered you to take a leave.
But what about the clothing drive and the pageant and the operating costs?
Don't drive yourself so hard. Others can do those things.
No, they can't. You don't understand.
There's something God wants me to do. Something here, right here. And I cannot leave until I find out what it is.
What it is? When you came here, St. Timothy's was on the verge of collapse. Now we got a thriving church, a school, a new hospital wing. The parish couldn't have survived without you. You've built a solid foundation. Now St. Timothy's can stand on its own.
What about me? What do I do now?
God gave you a mission, and you've completed it. Trust him to show you what to do next.
What do you want me to do? I live with Kelly's death every day. I keep hearing her crying, begging. Mark, help me. It was so senseless. Why her? Why wasn't she thrown from the car instead of me? How could you let it happen to her? It wasn't fair. I was the coward. I saw the flames, and I was afraid. I could have saved her. I know I could have saved her, but I was afraid. I didn't want to die, so I ran. I know I'm not worthy of your forgiveness, but I ask your mercy. Haven't I atoned enough for what I did? Please, I cannot go on like this. Tell me, why is this happening?
Good morning, Father.
Yes, it is.
You're looking extremely well this morning, Father.
Blessed are the pure in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. A message delivered from thousands of pulpits to millions of people yearning for peace, including one local parish priest whose road to peace and salvation crossed right through the Twilight Zone.
Someone do something! You've got to do something! If he gets through that door, I'll die! Please! If he gets through, I'll die! You've got to do something!
Portrait of a man having a bad dream. His name, Roger Simpson Leeds. Place of residence, a retirement home. Roger Simpson Leeds, who since the death of his wife 3 years ago, has dedicated himself to living a life in which he touches no one and no one touches him. But now contact has been made, and Mr. Leeds is about to find himself touched by the Twilight Zone.
Hey, great day, huh? What do you got? Something good? Uh-oh. Thank you.
So, how's with that son of yours and the kids?
All right, I suppose.
Suppose? I thought they were supposed to be coming out to visit this weekend.
I told them just that, well, you know how it is. I can't have a bunch of kids running all over the place.
No, of course not. With the photographers, mad social whirl, estate dinners, well, it just doesn't leave time for anything else. I'm sure they understand.
You're an evil man, Frank. Did I ever tell you that?
Oh, yeah, frequently. But then I'm not the one with the nightmares. Hey, one of the nurses told me that they heard you again last night. That's 3 times this week, Roger. Oh, we're meeting in the rec room for poker at 7.
No.
And by the way, I hear you're getting a new neighbor. Somebody's finally taken that room next door to yours.
Just so he doesn't snore.
Who said it was a he?
Aren't you going to say hello to our new guest, Mr. Leeds?
Who turned on the water? Oh, hi, Linda. The dishes will be done in a minute. Okay, Ray.
Come on, Mike. I mean, lots of marriages are warm, honest, here.
Hey, Roger, these guys cheat.
We cheat?
Good for you. Takes a big man to admit a thing like that. So, how about it, Roger? You want to sit in on a hand or two?
Told you.
Who asked you to deal?
Frank. Frank.
Yeah?
Who's that?
Give me two. Her name is Laurel Kincaid. Word is she hasn't talked to anybody in 10 years. Not since her husband died. Steady. As she went away, you look in her eyes, all you see is a reflection. Nothing goes in. Roger? You okay?
Oh, yeah.
I'm surprised you're not asleep. You're usually upstairs by 10.
No, I don't feel much like sleeping.
You want to talk about it?
No. Frank, why don't you just go away? Leave me alone.
Because I'm your friend, damn it. We used to talk, remember? 20 years. That ought to count for something, Roger. Nothing's been the same. Not since... Roger, it's been 3 years.
Rachel was Frank, it was yesterday. I've just been sitting here thinking of some of the silly things that we can never straighten out. Jams and jellies. I'd say, pass the jam, please. And she'd say, here's the jelly. I was some kind of a game. And but one day, I was in a bad mood, and we got into a big argument over it. Can you believe that? I mean, the little tiny picky things people argue about. Oh, I miss her so much.
I know. Rachel was a fine woman. But you can't keep pushing everyone away.
I never knew I needed her so much until she was gone. When I had my first heart attack, she held my hand. And she said she'd never let go, no matter what, as long as I held on. She believed in me. I would look in those eyes. There was nothing there but love. I felt I could do anything because she believed in me. I wonder what she'd think about me now.
What? What's happening now? Come on, Roger. Talk to me, Roger. Talk to me.
No, you'd think I was going crazy. I'm half convinced.
Well, my old father, he never said much of anything that was useful. But he did tell me two things. One, that love never dies. And two, that we're never given anything that we can't handle. Truly.
Frank, please. Don't worry. I'm okay. You know I don't like it when you make a fuss like that, Frank.
All right. But if you change your mind, if you need me, you certainly know where to find me. Well, that's about the most we've talked in almost a year. We ought to do it more often.
Good night, Frank.
Good night, Roger.
Please, someone do help. Someone help me, please. You got to stop. You got to take me through my time. Please. Don't you understand? If he gets let go of me.
God.
Hi, good morning. Hey, Roger, you been outside yet? It's glorious. After breakfast, we'll go for a walk, huh? Talk a little, maybe? That'd be nice. And maybe get a little sun. You look awfully pale these days. You could use some sun. Hey, what happened to your hand?
Nothing.
Oh, no, nothing I can't see. This I can see. Therefore, that is something. I've been reading Socrates again. You can tell, can't you?
Frank, Jesus! Can't you ever shut up? My name is Roger. I think we met. I would just like some answers. I need to know, am I losing my mind? That is you, isn't it? In my dream? Even before you got here, even before I saw you, you were there, weren't you?
Well, what do you know? He's actually talking to somebody of his own free will. Of course, he would pick somebody who doesn't even know he's there.
You must be able to hear me. You picked me, called me. Somehow. What I can't figure out is, why me? They tell me you haven't spoken to anyone since your husband died. So, what do you want from me? You want me to protect you from that thing? Is that it? Because if it is, Miss Kincaid, please, find somebody else. I can't protect you against it. I couldn't protect my own wife when she was dying. She was such a wonderful woman. She was very, very kind. You'd love her. And on Sunday, the kid... I couldn't. You know, toward the end, we were in the hospital, and she could barely see. Oh, God, she was in such pain. And she kept
calling me, please, please. I was right there, but she couldn't see me. And she kept pleading, please help me. The pain, stop the pain. And she called my name over and over again, and I couldn't do anything. I held her hand, and I wouldn't let go. I felt her hand tighten on mine. That was all. I still don't know if she knew I was there. Mrs. Kincaid, that thing behind the door, whatever it is, it's going to come through pretty soon, isn't it? Maybe tonight. Well, I don't know what's behind your door. I don't know what you're afraid of, but there's nothing I can do to help you. I just want everybody to leave me alone. Get out of my head. Leave me alone.
You have to stop it. Let me get through or die. Please help me.
Come on, help me.
No, I can't. Oh, please hurry. He's getting through.
What's out there?
For 10 years, not since her husband died. She hasn't talked to anybody for 10 years, not since her husband died. Not since her husband died.
You're not keeping somebody out. You're keeping somebody in.
If he gets through, I'll die.
No, you can't go.
I'm sorry.
Please.
I'm sorry. It's been a long time. Too long. You have to let me go.
No.
Yes, Laura. This isn't even me anymore. It's just a shadow, a memory.
I can't live without you. If you go, I'll die.
No, Laura. Listen. Listen to me. I love you. I want you to go on. I need you to go on. For me, so that my life will have meant something. For me and the kids. For what we had. 40 beautiful years. You are always so strong. You are always there for me. Now I want you to be strong for me one last time. It's all right. It's going to be all right. But I need you to let me go. Live, Laura. Please.
How can I let you go when you never even said goodbye?
Goodbye, Laura. My greatest love.
It was you who called me, wasn't it? Not her. Why? Why me?
I think you know.
Frank. Hey, look at you. Where's Laurel? Oh, she's out back someplace. We're having a poker game tonight, 7 o'clock. I'll hold a place for you. Huh?
Why bother? You know he never comes.
Eat your cornflakes.
Hello. I know you're there. And I know you hear me. And I can wait. I can wait just as long as I have to.
You've burned your hand.
Yes.
On a candle.
Yes?
I'm sorry.
Last call for breakfast. Would you like something to eat?
Breakfast was very nice, I think.
We have bacon, eggs, and toast and marmalade. Toast and jam and jelly. And we got hash browns, but I wouldn't go near those if I were you.
Mr. Roger Simpson Leeds, lately returned from a journey into shadow, who found that there is no darkness so complete that it cannot be penetrated by the human heart, or the Twilight Zone.
Keep them.
Hellgramite method. Cure for the problem drinker. Hey, can I buy you a drink? Weird. Another one, Timmy.
Your pizza's getting cold.
Look, we'll just make it one for the road. I'm out of here. Put it on my tab.
Heard that one before.
Miley Judson, an everyman who has strayed from the path, slipped and fallen many times. A man who seeks solace from his problems at the bottom of a glass. A good man at war with himself, slowly drowning in alcohol, swallow by swallow, pulled down by the insidious undertow of an endless ocean of booze, helpless to stop doing the one thing he does better than anything else: drink.
Hey, rise and shine. Jamie.
Just one more for the road.
That's what you said 5 hours ago. We're closed, Miley. Go home.
Home. I gotta go home. Franny, I'm home and it's pizza time. Whew, God. God. I'm sorry, honey. I know you're hungry. So what do you say we take this old cold pizza, put it in a nice hot oven.
Do you have any idea what time it is?
Are you sick again, Daddy?
Come here. You hit the trail, kiddo. You got school tomorrow. I've had it. I can't take any more.
Dr. Jeannie
Merrick.
I know. Listen, I know it's late, but Matchbox says 24 hours a day.
Come in, Mr.
Miley Judson.
Judson. Come in, Mr. Judson. I'm used to my patients dropping in at odd hours.
The advertisement mentions a cure.
Yes, the Helgramite method. Go ahead. Help yourself.
You want one?
No, thank you. Now, I'll need some information.
Information? What kind of information?
Just tell me a little bit about yourself.
Well, first of all, I'm tired of talking about all the friends I've lost. Tired about talking about all the blackouts. Tired of the hangovers. Look, I know I got a problem. I'm an alcoholic. I guess the bottom line is, what can you do about it?
Have you tried to quit?
Oh, 1,000 times. Tried everything. Shrinks. Aversion therapy. Nothing lasts more than 2 or 3 months. Because I love this stuff. I hate this stuff.
I understand. And I can help. I've yet to encounter a case that's beyond my help. The Helgramite method is unique.
Well, what are you going to do?
It's the first step in your treatment.
Pretty. Ooh, let's see. This one. Oh, well. What the hell? What have I got to lose?
You're quite sure you want to quit drinking? I want you to understand that with this method, there's no turning back.
Things couldn't get much worse.
That's all there is to it for now. Call me in a couple of days.
Well, that's all there is to it. There's no lecture?
Next visit. You don't want to hear any speeches tonight. Go home. Get some sleep.
What do I owe you?
The initial consultation is free. We'll discuss payment later if you decide to continue.
Oh, hell, I'll give it a shot.
I'm certain you will, Mr. Judson.
Oh, how about one for the road? No, just kidding.
Morning. Really tied one on last night, sorry.
Is that the best you can do?
Franny, I think we need to talk.
Talk? Miley, I'm fed up. Do you understand?
Hey there, Chatter.
Hey, Chatter. Here. Come here. Take your breakfast. Go in the other room.
No, I said I was sorry, Franny. We'll talk tonight. Things will change. I promise. You'll see.
Man, you're really putting them away.
Watering the stuff down, Jamie? Stuff's got no kick at all. Give me a whiskey, will you? Make it a double.
I never saw anybody drink that much and stay conscious.
I don't feel a thing. This is nuts.
I see you've been drinking, Mr. Judson.
Just tell me what's going on.
Well, as you recall, last night you agreed to start the Helgamite treatment.
So?
Have you ever heard of the Helgamite worm, Mr. Judson?
What? No.
Ah. Well, the capsule you swallowed last night contained a rare sort of tapeworm, the Helgamite larva. By now, the worm has attached itself to your stomach. Your drinking has stimulated its growth.
A worm? Oh, God. You gotta be kidding.
From now on, the Helgamite will absorb all the liquor you can consume. You won't feel any effect from drinking.
You don't think I believe any of this, do you?
Seeing is believing. Of course, this one's not yet fully grown.
You put one of those things in me?
The pleasure of alcohol is over for you. No more buzz, Mr. Judson. No matter how much you drink, the worm will never be satisfied. And if ever you stop drinking, the pain will be excruciating.
How could you do this to me?
You did it to yourself.
I've gotta get rid of it!
You can't! A worm is no part of you.
There's gotta be something I can do.
There is.
What?
Starve it into dormancy.
How?
Stop drinking.
Stop drinking. I stop drinking, I can stop it.
It's dangerous. You might not live through it. And even if you succeed, the worm will always be waiting for you to drink again. Every time the Helgamite is wakened from its dormant state, it comes back stronger.
Oh!
Eventually, strong enough to kill you. I think the Helgamite is getting thirsty, Mr. Judson. Would you care for a drink to ease the pain? Or have you got the guts to stop?
You look terrible.
I want you to take Chad. Go stay with your mom and your dad for a week, maybe 2.
Why?
Because I'm gonna lick this thing once and for all. Cold turkey.
Same old broken record.
I know you don't believe me, but this time is different. Franny, give me one last chance.
Miley.
Please, I can do it.
What makes you think that this time is going to be any different?
It has to be. Is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
I love you, Daddy.
I love you too, Chad.
Hello? Hello? Miley? Miley, is that you?
Oh, why did you do this to me? Oh, God, what gives you the right? Oh,
A right? What gave me the right? The pain you're feeling is nothing compared to what I went through when I lost my family.
The man had been drinking. My wife and 2 children were crossing the street with the light. He didn't even brake until after he'd hit them.
I came to you for help. I came to you for a second chance.
And I'm giving you a chance. A chance for a new life. You've begun the process. Now you either quit drinking or die.
sick again, Daddy?
I've had it. I can't take anymore.
It's dangerous. You might not live through it. And even if you succeed, the worm will always be waiting for you to drink again. Every time the Helgramite is wakened from its dormant state, it comes back stronger. Eventually, strong enough to kill you.
Thanks. Keep them. Might need them.
Miley, where you been keeping yourself? You on the wagon again?
Saw to square my tab.
Thanks. How about a drink? It's on the house.
Gotta run.
See you around.
Miley Judson happened upon the simple discovery that there is no surefire cure, no quick fix, no shortcut to either sobriety or peace of mind. Some people achieve it through an individual act of will. Others find strength in numbers. What Miley Judson needed was a little something extra, something that could only be found in the Twilight Zone.
I'll need complete quiet, please.
Lights, a crowd, the proper atmosphere, and the common coin of desperate belief. Commodities necessary to the life and times of Leonard Randall. who may or may not be someone else as well.
I am Delos, and I am here. $10,000 ago was I born, and 9,500 years ago did I die. I have walked the cobbled streets of the place men called Atlantis, but which we called Shuma Zamoria. My master in wisdom was Eli Ben Zamora, who studied at the feet of the Undying One himself. To you, I bring what little I can offer against the darkness. I am Delos, and I am among you. Speak, and you shall be heard.
So David is a nice man, and I think he's a soulmate. But I'm not sure. And I don't want to get married again until I found that soulmate. I'm really getting pretty desperate.
My child, in Shuma Zamoria there was a rare breed of butterfly with wings as golden as the morning sun, and very, very fast. If you would try to catch it, so you would never possess it. And the more you would try, the more angry and desperate you would become. But the children knew better. They would lay down and empty their thoughts and be calm, and soon enough, the golden-winged butterfly of Shuma Zamoria would land. Just so. Do you understand?
Yes. Thank you, Delos.
This vessel grows weary. We must not tax the goodwill of our host. I have time for one last question. You, the one this vessel calls Julia.
Thank you, Delos. A question, not for my own benefit. Why have you been silent for so long? And why have you come back now?
I come through the one called Leonard because he has been chosen to receive wisdom. The universe has selected him, and through this he shall gain great wisdom. As for the second question, 5,000 years ago, Shuma Zamoria was destroyed, cast down beneath the waves, a victim of its own decay. And now, this cycle begins again. A third change is nearly upon us. It may bring great good or great evil. And you, all of you, will tilt a balance. My time here has ended. He whose body I inhabit has reached his limit, and I must go. Remember all I have said here today, and seek the light within each of you. I am Delos, and I wish you well. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for coming. But I'm afraid Leonard will have to rest for a while. We invite you to come back next week. And remember, an audio cassette of tonight's session will be available in the front lobby in about an hour. Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay. They're gone. Leonard? Leonard. Hey, the Clippers are actually winning. Can you believe it? It's about time. Here, I want you to sign here and here, okay? How was the take? The usual. Up from yesterday, which was up from the day before. Numbers? We're booked solid on the 3-day retreat. Crystals, tapes, and amulets are up 5%. Book sales are up by 10, but holding. We got the printer standing by for another run after the TV show. Which reminds me, don't forget you got the pre-interview tomorrow afternoon at 3, okay? Good. Should be quite a reaction when Delos goes coast to coast.
Just a hop, skip, and a jump till we have a show of our own.
One step at a time. As our good friend Delos might say.
Never take anything for granted in the profit biz.
Words far truer than he suspects.
Hey, that's a good one. Huh? Yeah, thanks. It is a good line. Listen, get me everything you can on Daphne Blake. The more I know going in, the better I'll be able to tailor Delos.
Yeah, will do. Shall I also send her a bio on you?
I suppose, but nothing too spectacular. Just indicate that I'm a humble tool of the great Delos.
But a worthy tool can be made from even the basest of metals.
Right.
So you understand, gentlemen, this is just a formality. Miss Blake likes first-time guests to come by, get a feel for the place. Let us know what you want to talk about. Right this way, please. Formality saves me the trouble of keeping notes. Is there anything in particular you'd like to mention when you're on the air?
Only that the true meaning in life is that which we choose to give it, and that the universe is not without mercy, and not so jealous that it cannot allow for a multitude of visions. All truths are correct, all creeds valid, and the only secret is that there is no secret.
We're having a rally at the Pacific Arts Stadium on the 14th. So perhaps Miss Blake would want to mention that.
Sure. Which part?
You'll have to excuse Mr. Randall. He's been working very hard. Sometimes it's hard to keep it all straight.
I have no trouble seeing things as they are. That is indeed my curse. I see this television as the single greatest time waster in the history of mankind. You make sport of people's pain and exploit people and sell trinkets to those who cannot afford them. You do this to increase your own wealth. Yes, I see things quite well indeed. And I see that the woman in whose employ you labor is an adulteress, a user of chemicals.
That'll be quite enough. You'll excuse me.
What the hell is wrong with you? Where's the guy? He's gone, and I wouldn't blame him if he had the appearance canceled after what you said.
I said what? I didn't say anything.
Leonard, don't play games with me.
I'm not, Don. Honest.
You're not, huh?
And I see that the woman in whose employ you labor is an adulteress, a user of chemicals.
Who's that?
It's you.
So what's the situation?
Okay, I talked to the producer at Daphne Blake's show. It took a lot of talking, Leonard, and a lot of favors called in, okay? We're still due to go on the air.
That's good at least.
Maybe. Leonard, this can't keep going on. Now, you're going to have to do something before we go on the show. You have to get control of that, that voice.
Well, it can't be Delos. There is no Delos. I mean, Don, we invented him.
Remember? I said a 10,000-year-old warrior, and you thought I said a 10,000-year-old warrior. Hell, I thought you'd never stop laughing.
Yeah, only it's not funny anymore, Leonard. And the money and the good times, it all comes to a stop unless you can get this under control. Which is why I've made an appointment with someone for you. He's a specialist, and I think he can help.
A psychiatrist? No way. Not a chance.
Leonard, I don't know what's going on here, and neither do you. All I know is everything is riding on this show tomorrow. Now, mess up, man. And we're finished.
I said no. N-O. I can handle it!
I'm sorry. Look, can we backtrack a moment? I think there's something I'm not getting here. You're a trans channeler, aren't you?
Yes.
Not to be judgmental, but you're supposed to hear voices, yes?
Yes.
Then what's the problem?
Well, it's, you've got to understand, Dr. Greenberg, I'm really getting this voice, see? And I've got to go on TV tomorrow. So, unless you can help.
Television. Now I start to get the picture, so to speak. Mr. Randall, I've worked as a psychotherapist for 20 years. I pride myself on my record. If it's all the same to you, I'd rather not be the subject of this little publicity stunt. You may claim to hear as many voices as you wish, Mr. Randall, but do not come to me to add credibility to your little scam.
Yes, you are a good man. One of the few I have met recently.
That's right, and I... Oh, I see. And this is the voice, is it? Very nice. What else do you do?
I speak honestly, that's all. It's not unlike what you do, I think.
Oh, I see. And who might you be? Napoleon? Aristotle?
Napoleon is dead. Aristotle is dead. And you do not look well yourself. Why do you do that to yourself?
I think that'll be all for today, Mr. Randall.
You miss her very much, don't you?
What?
I see such pain in you. But there was nothing you could do, even if you had arrived sooner. It would have been too late. Your wife misses you as much as you miss her. But she would prefer you did not hurry the reunion.
Get out!
What? What did I do?
Just, how dare you? How dare you use my wife too? Of all the cheap, just get out! Forget my fee, forget the whole thing, just go away!
Hey, how do I look?
Never mind how you look. How do you feel?
I think it'll be okay. I taped myself last night, and the voice, whatever. It didn't say a word all night. Maybe it's gone.
Well, let's hope so.
3 minutes, Mr. Randall.
Look, just keep telling yourself, get through this, make Thalos a star, and we are set up for life. All right? Come on, let's get out of here.
Well, we're back. Our next guest has been making quite a splash these days, and we're very pleased to have him on the show. He's a trans channeler, and that's a fascinating subject we'll explore in just a moment. But first, I'd like to welcome him to this, his first television appearance, Mr. Leonard Randall. Hello, Leonard. How are you? So, Leonard, could you start by telling us what this trans channeling is all about? I mean, how would you describe what it is that you do?
These are sad times, Miss Blake. All that is mysterious, all that is magic has been leached away. People who do not see the magic in themselves seek it in someone else. They are so desperate for mystery, for something to believe in. They are willing to accept without question even the most outrageous propositions.
Such as?
Such as the man sitting in this chair. And for the honor of being treated like sheep, For the distinction of being treated like gullible children, they are willing to sacrifice. They would give it all for a scent of magic.
Mr. Randall, do you suppose that we could speak with Delos? He's the 10,000-year-old warrior that you channel, isn't he?
There is no Delos. There never was. Consider it an investment of innocence that turned a considerable profit. And now the game is over. The masquerade is ended. To the followers of Delos, I can only offer the sincere apologies of Leonard Randall. And one slightly used piece of wisdom. Do not seek enlightenment in the vain and self-indulgent proclamations of those who insist you must pay for your own soul. Do not seek it in this box or in the opinions of others. Seek it in the quiet turning of your own considered conscience. Thank you.
Well, folks, you've heard it here first. We'll be back right after these messages.
I'm almost afraid to ask.
The scandal's killing us. Everyone who's ever given us a dime is asking for it back. We've logged 200 angry calls. The investors are pulling out left, right, and center. Oh, yeah. And the IRS is nosing around. We were on shaky financial footing as it was. But now, if you're lucky, there's enough to get you a hotel somewhere for the night. If you're not...
What are we gonna do?
We? Hey, man, I'm out of here. Yeah, it's too bad, really. I thought you were sharp. I don't know. I thought you had it. Anyway, I was wrong. I got a gig with a healer down in Panama. Folks say he's the best around. Probably make it big in a few years. With the right lieutenant. Get some serious help, Leonard. And if we should ever cross a hallway somewhere, just pretend you never met me. I will.
Well, Leonard, guess it's all over now.
Quite to the contrary. It is only the beginning.
You. It's you.
Yes. I'm pleased that you can hear me at last. There was so much in the way between us. That's why I had to get rid of it all, you see. You couldn't hear me. Anger, Mr. Randall? It seems rather pointless, don't you think? Isn't that what you said? What Delos said? Submerge anger. Find the center.
The hell are you? Come on out! I'll kill you, you lousy! Where are you?
I'm here, Mr. Randall. With you.
Why are you doing this to me? Why?
Look over here, Mr. Randall. I'm here at your urging, Mr. Randall. You said the universe had chosen you for wisdom, and you, of all people, should know that sometimes, when you speak to the universe listens. You asked for wisdom, and now you will receive it. It will be a long process, but to that end, I am willing to be your constant companion. I will be with you every moment, day and night, for as long as it takes.
How long? How long will it take?
20, 30 years, at most. And now, as you say, in your modern world, let's take it from the top.
Critical reviews received and reluctantly acknowledged by Mr. Leonard Randall. A case study in showmanship, who found himself upstaged in the final act by the Twilight Zone.